Welcome, 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 welcome. This is Peanut Nola 504 Silver Wolf. Chief Peanut Nola 504 Silver Wolf. Halito to everyone who's coming to the chat. Halito to everyone. And tonight, fire shout out to 504 Indigenous Warrior, my co-host, who always seem to he gets everything ready. He got everything that's set up for the chat for us to get ready to go on an open panel night. And we're gonna talk about the big conspirator, Alex Jones. We're gonna talk about shout out to Ultra Light, shout out to Pony Locks. Halito to you guys, Ultra Light, and we got Sun Kiss. Greetings to you, peace and blessings. We are in this house. Um, like I said, there's some things we're going to talk about. What Renee, shout out to you. Halito. Yeah, we're going to talk about this guy, man, because I could sit here and tell you after the years of watching him, and I really want to say that there are some truths and there's some lies when it comes down to the great conspiracy. But it seems that melanated people seem to listen to this great conspirator and not listen to our people. Now, there's a lot of things that he say is absolutely correct. And we know that he is a conservative. And for those who know Peanut Nola 504, I'm not down with the conservative movement, and I am not down with the liberal movement. Politics, when it comes down to our people, it just don't mix. And as I repeat that, shout out to Monique Hill. Shout out that politics, when it comes down to our people, it does not mix. It don't mix. It does, a lot, it is what it is. We have been sold out through other, not all religious people, but a lot of religious background people have sold us into the ground, and politics. It was these religion leaders that got us into politics, and these politicians have been using our people for a very long time, have been using us through politics to help them ever since they allowed us to vote. Ever since we were able to vote, they have manipulated us for those who don't know, the Democrat Party, that donkey party was the Democrat Party of the Jim Crow. That party was the party that kept us in oppression for many years. Okay, shout out to Mr. C and Greedy Vegan in the house. The Democrat Party has signed off on a lot of things that have kept us down. Our nation of people have been held back due to the fact of the Democrat parties. But yes, the party lines have flipped. Okay, now you still got some racist bastards in the Liberal Party, but a lot of them people moved over to conservatives, call themselves conservatives. So some of you guys may not believe it, but there are a lot of racist conservatives, which the KKK moved over to the Conservative Party, which they used to call, they went from Jim Crow to KKK. And these are some of the things I be wanting people to understand. We got Luscious in the house, and we also have Annette B. Shout out to Annette B. The things that I want you guys to understand is when you hear these erratic people, there's some truth to some of the things that they say. There's some truth to some of the things that they say. So the Democrat Party is the party of the Jim Crow that has failed our school systems, kept us last for many years. Conservatives have just moved over. Some Jim Crow people have moved over to conservatives. So, I know there's a lot of our Aborigine people that like Donald Trump and like Alex Jones and like all these conservative people, but they are longtime veterans of the Dixie Party, which is they're longtime veterans of the Democrat Party. Now, some may not want to talk about things like this because they melanated people have grown out of that condition. Some have educated themselves, and shout out to some of the melanated brothers and sisters that are conservative now, and shout out to whoever what party you belong to. But I just really believe that we really need to, when it comes down to politics, we really need to go into our own independence. Independence is what we have to do. You cannot keep opening up your hands and begging for these parties to love you when they continuously keep us last. We're not moving in the direction that we need to move under these parties. These are rich people who are going to keep us at the bottom of the barrel. We are asked to do everything first. We are asked to take the COVID vaccine first. We are asked to do everything. When he talks, or everything, they always go through us and Latinos. They go through them. And you guys got to understand that these politicians are old. You go back to Joe Biden. Joe Biden was a old Dixie crap. That he was a man that believed in putting our people in jail. And let me tell you something. People get old. I don't understand how y'all really believe that because they look old. Oh, he's a nice person. He was under Obama. He's such a nice person. Old people don't change. If you're a racist, you're a racist. And you're going to die in your skin a racist. So I don't understand why you believe that Joe Biden would have ever changed for the people of melanin skin. And the same thing goes with Donald Trump. And some people in my Aborigine family are not going to like me talking about Trump. But I'm going to say this. He's the same man who voted for Hillary Clinton. I mean, not Hillary Clinton, for Bill Clinton. He had donated big time money to the Clinton Foundation. He was once a Democrat. So these people are not for us. And as I get to the topic at hand, Alex Jones. And as I watch Alex Jones for many years, Alex Jones is one white boy that you got to listen to. Even though Alex Jones is a ridiculous psychopath, you have to listen to what he's saying. And the reason why I say this is because some of the shit that he's been saying has been coming true right before our eyes. This psychopath, Alex Jones, has been telling the truth. He is a superstar when it comes down to YouTube. Billions of followers on YouTube. He started in a small sector, and people just took, his alien. I used to listen to him middle of the night and listen to him talk about aliens. And listen to him talk about situations. He even talked about melanated people in a situation. He has talked about sometimes we get lost. The enemy is who you need to listen to. Alex Jones is not your friend, melanated people. But you got to listen to him. Because a lot of things that he say, absolutely the truth. Sometimes the enemy gives better information than people you vote for. Give me 1 second. I'm changing my glasses because it's nighttime and I got to see closer. I want you guys to understand, and shout out to Brown Eyes Nurse in the house, Halito. I want you guys to understand that the enemy is the people we need to listen to. The enemy does not lie. They don't want us to realize the government is dead, so they use animated Alex to keep politics in front of your mind. Absolutely correct. Just because something may sound good and something may uplift you and some shit may sound right, does not mean that they are catering to you, that is your friend. Oh, Alex Jones talked about the aliens. Oh, Alex Jones talked about Obama. And he was correct on a multiple things and theories that he were talking about, conspiracies. But he was wrong in many ways also. Let's be careful who we praising. Some of you guys are big Trump fans in the Aborigine community, the confusion. You know, and shout out to you. But I don't deal with politicians because politicians have lied to us multiple times, rather they are Democrats and Republicans. You have to understand that parties don't give a damn about Aborigine people. These parties are about money. They feed in with people who have money. Money is, you see, when you got money, money talks, bullshit walks. You can be able to fit in line with certain things. Know the girl in the house. And I want people to understand that. And I used to listen to other people like I seen I seen multiple times on Young Pharaoh, several other channels trying to convince Aborigine people, melanated people, African American people, trying to convince them that these people love us. Trying to convince that, oh, the Democrats are just the wrong party. They are terrible people, but not realizing, not telling us the truth about the Republican Party also. I know some of you guys who voted for Joe Biden feel like shit. I mean, the man has not did what he said he was going to do when he got in office. The man did not do what he said he was going to do in office. And you guys need to hold it to him because he literally told you guys that African Americans, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. I mean, this motherfucker is bold. He told you, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And you should have told him you're not black anyway. You should have told that old bastard that you're not black anyway. Copper people. Beautiful skin, copper people. And I'm telling you this, for many years, we have done this to ourselves, depending on government. We were better off without segregation. We were better off without joining hand in hand with the devil. You look at your communities. When the white people were in them same communities before you were in them same communities, when the white folks, when they had the projects, public houses did not, or first was not for melanated people. Public housing was for white people. They were not built for melanated black people. And some of you guys probably thought that. The projects in New Orleans, for those who know about the Calio project, the Mafamine project, all them projects were not for melanated people. They were built for white people. And then when the maintenance part Once the maintenance part went down, then they allowed melanated black people to go. Then the white people left, and they stopped working, and they stopped taking care of the facilities. And then you put melanated people who are uneducated on top of each other. And then they teach the Democrats, tell them, oh no, you don't have to worry. We'll give you food stamps if you leave your husband. We'll give you welfare if you leave your husband. And our women sold out. And by selling out, you have a party like the Democrat Party who has been living and sucking the blood out of our people for many years. Shout out to my co-host, my brother, 504 Indigenous Warrior. What do you think about this man Alex Jones? And I really want to ask you this because I think Alex Jones has been a good for us for the knowledge that he teach. Because I'm gonna tell you, some things he have said is so correct, but some things we can't take in all the things that he said because we know he lies and we knows that he's ridiculous. But some things that he says is a bit truthful. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, yeah, it is because remember when the pandemic and all that stuff happened, he was one of the first people that came out and say, "Hey, y'all rights about to get taken away from y'all. They're about to make you start getting vaccinated. Have to show proof that you need to be vaccinated to go here and there." And he was one of the first people who said that way before it happened. And then all of a sudden, boom, what happened? The motherfuckers had to get vaccinated and start showing proof that they had to go, that they were vaccinated. So he was one of them. So that's why I was like, okay, he owns to something. Like you say, everything he was saying wasn't true, but some of the stuff he was saying was true. And look at people today. They running around here with vaccination cards to show that you've been vaccinated when it shouldn't be like that. Your rights have been taken. Nowhere in the hell you need a card to say you need a card to go any goddamn well. And if you know the law or you know the Constitution, it shit is unconstitutional. It
Yeah,
tells
Joe
you that.
Biden called melanated children roaches, and some black people still voted for him. And then this is like I said, at the end of the day, the history behind Joe is just as bad with Donald Trump. These two are the same people, and I don't get fooled by any power with white man. Any rule by the white man is not acceptable when it comes down to us. Some of you guys just love the way Donald Trump do things. He's a comedian. He's a guy that can say some shit and get away with it. But I'm not a person who is excited about him or Joe Biden. Shout out to Brandon Jones. You get these old white men, and you put them in office. You put them in front of us, and I want to hear this from you, Telepath God. I mean, what do you think about us voting in the white man and putting the white man over us and feeling like they are the gods? Telepath God?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, please tell me that. Go ahead, brother.
Oh yeah, man. Once you because see, we at the point or the base of this, you dealing with energy. So once whoever you release your energy to or give your power to, right, is who is the God. You see? So if you're giving your power and all your energy to a Republican Party, or you're giving all your power and energy to a Democratic Party, when you should be giving all the power and energy to yourself, you see, to uplift yourself. Because see, everything, man, to me, this is just me speaking since you asked me. To me, it's just a distraction to keep my people or us, the indigenous ones, the infinite ones, the ones who are tapped in from rising. You see, they hitting us with all kind of stuff right now. Different varies of different diseases coming out left and right. All kind of stuff they're trying to do to distract your mind. All distractions. So I just look at it when we talking about politics, to me, I just look at it all as a distraction, brother.
I'm glad you guys are on a panel because I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions, and we're going to talk about the growth hormones in the food, and we're talking about a lot of things that we eat. We see how these children, women and children, and men are not. I'm talking about this new generation. They're not built the same no more, and they are so large. We have some large folks out here, and it's not healthy. It may look good to you. Some of you guys see these women as, oh, she's got junk in her trunk and she's so fine, but it's not healthy. A lot of them not living past the 50s. They're not going to get close to the 50s. They're not even getting close to that because a lot of these young girls are getting breast cancer, and they're dying very young in the 28, 30 something years old and getting into their 40s. The growth hormone in food is a very big danger. So I'm going to ask you about this. This is a great question for you, the 504 Indigenous Warrior. What is going on? Is that plan from American government is to obese us? Go ahead.
Yeah, what you were saying, but say one more time, brother. I heard you say something about the growth hormone, but you have to look at it like this. You have to look at it like this, bro. They've been messing over the children and us for so long. You good, brother? For so long, so well, we don't even much know what we've been playing and had, man. Because at the end of the day, first of all, we have to stop drinking their milk. Their milk is not supposed to be consumed in the human body anyway. You see what I'm saying? And if you take away the milk is mainly the nastiest thing you could ever have and drink. I don't care how y'all may feel, but milk is not good for the body at all. None of it. And you have to look at it like this too, bro. Whatever the FDA approves for you, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Dairy is not good for you. So what's the one thing that they can tamper with, like you said, tamper with the food? They don't have no more real food, unless you grow it from your own self at your own house. You see what I'm saying? But if you go into in the stores and stuff, they giving you stuff that's been sprayed with pesticides, chemicals, and all that. You ain't getting real food. And the chicken wings and stuff, you can tell when stuff been genetically modified because chicken wings are not supposed to be looking like steroids. Chicken wings are supposed to be looking like no steroids. Chickens don't get that big like that, man. You can actually go and see how they make lettuce and cabbage and stuff genetically modified.
What do you think about that, Taylor Pack? I want to hear your opinion on it. What do you think about the hormones and the effects of all of our people are not really living? They're dying. There's a lot of people. Shout out to Chief Redstone in the house. Please subscribe to that, brother. And also to Annette B. Please subscribe to that sister. For those who come in. But I want to ask you that question. I want to ask you that question because we are not living, man. We're dying through the foods. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, man. With me being in Mississippi, it's like a high rate of us copper melanated ones who are obese, man, due to the pork, man, just due to it all, with us being me being from Mississippi, being, born and raised here, man. We come up like that, you know what I mean, out the field, you know what I'm saying, slaughtering our own animals, having our own farms and stuff. But my opinion on it is whatever you do, it has to be balanced. If you are indulging in meat or whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to judge nobody on nothing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving my opinion on it. But if you are doing it, it's just all about balance, cleaning yourself out, and just trying to be on a healthy path, man,
Yes,
because you see what
I
they,
advise our people to do to detox and try to
yes.
go on a water diet or 3 weeks. I mean, like try to go get you some water and some Campbell soup and do and just as I said, water, Campbell soup, orange juice, and go with that for a couple of days. A couple of days, at least about a week, and you clean out your body, let your body go, let that get that flush. I know you might, it's like diarrhea is coming out. No, you want to clean that body. You want to clean the insides because the stuff that is causing cancer and causing us to die. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things we are dying from, and we're not talking enough about to our people about the health. Because like you say in Mississippi, and I live in South Mississippi after I left New Orleans, a couple of years back. I didn't move up in Mississippi, in South Mississippi, and I see so many big people, man. It's the arms, some of the arms, the jiggling legs. Some people hurting just to walk, and it's a problem throughout our people. It's a problem. It's not cute. It's not cute, and it's
No,
not me
but
picking on large people. Go ahead.
no, it ain't that. It's the fact that we have. Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't exercise and walk no more. They eat, jump in the car, and go to the store. They don't want to walk. You see what I'm saying? And they go there, and eat all that starch food every day, all day, and expect them to not blow up. Let me tell you something. If you detox your body, you lower your chances of having prostate cancer. You lower your chances of having prostate cancer when you detox and eat the right food and stuff like that. And you wonder why people have a lot of them have it for poor eating habits. A lot of people have poor eating habits because why? No one cooking no more. Everybody going to McDonald's, Burger King, Sonic, and all that stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? And there's no more Big Mama around no more. And you gotta remember who we talking about, bruh. We have kids having babies. So you see what I'm saying? So ain't nothing really being taught and
Shout out
passed
to the
down
great
no more.
Bronze. Please subscribe to Bronze channel.
Ain't nobody passing nothing down anymore. Kids having babies, children having children, mamas going out with their children. So at the end of the day, we all messed up, man. We all messed up. So with that being said, we have to start somewhere to show them, hey, look, man, get off that milk. That milk. I have stopped drinking milk when I got out the bottle. I ain't drink milk no more. When I got out the bottle, I don't even drink regular milk. I don't drink none of that. No milk. I haven't had milk since I was 2, 3 years old. You see what I'm saying? That's over
Let me ask you
34
a
years
question
ago.
when it comes down to Alex Jones, back to Alex Jones. And he was one of his conspiracies was about the planes that had hit America that was that he stated that it was America that was causing tragedy. It was not the Osama bin Laden. He has said that America has bombed America. Do you agree that America has been doing a lot of setups against
Yeah.
America? Do you guys believe in that conspiracy? I'm gonna go with you,
Mhm.
telepath.
Yes, I totally agree with that, man. It's warfare. The warfare is the government. The government, when you going back to 9/11, September 11, I can remember that day, man. I was oh man, about 15 years, 20, however many years ago it was, man. But I was like, still in my 20s, man. But I had came off lunch break, you know what I mean? And everybody was in the break room and shit and hollering and all this old shit, man. I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck? So when I saw it, bro, it's like it's like you could tell, man, something fishy about that. You know what I mean? And it's been going on, man, throughout time with them doing that the Tuskegee with the
Tuskegee experiment.
experiment, man. Yes. With the soldiers and stuff. So um psychological, man, and they just been at us, man, forever. You know what I mean? So meaning that devil, you know what I'm saying? We talking about the evil one. So yeah, man.
Yeah, because and another question for you, 504 Indigenous Warrior. What do you think about the aliens and the conspiracy that he says aliens are walking right underneath us, walking amongst us? So do you really believe in that theory that
No,
Alex Jones is crazy for talking about aliens? Because we're
no,
starting. We had this segment before, but I want to know your truth. Go ahead, brother.
no. They have aliens been walking among us. So we've been seeing too many sightings of UFOs out here, and nobody, you know, it's real when the government is trying to find out what's going on. Why is there's no? They want all the reports on why we seeing so many UFOs all of a sudden. Remember a while back we were building offline, me, you, and Telefact. I was telling you about how the UFO surround a warship and shut it down. You see what I'm saying? It's like, why would the aliens surround a warship and shut it down? How do you even know there's a warship? You see what I'm saying? The aliens probably been walking among us long time before we even just thought about this. You see what I'm saying? You probably had a conversation with one you don't know. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, yeah, I believe they walking among us. And ain't nothing under the sun that hasn't been discovered already. They know. We just late to the party. Trust me. Then
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Telepack say, they try to use certain things for distraction, man.
Let me ask you a question. It's white people or melanated people who are the real aliens? Who is
Huh?
related to the distant aliens that's running around that they claim that are aliens? I want to know this from your opinion. Who are the aliens? What you
I
say
say
about
us.
this telepath?
When you
So
when you talking about aliens,
When you talk about what Alex Jones talk about when he say aliens are here and he said they're walking up on right up on us, are we the aliens or are the white people are the aliens? Because I'm starting to believe. I'll tell you what I believe, but I want to hear what you believe.
okay, when we talking about aliens, right? That's in it, to me, my opinion. We are the extraterrestrials, the ETs or the aliens. You see what I'm saying? So when you're talking about them seeing beings or things flying or people, you know, with big eye, whatever, you know what I'm saying, in the sky or whatever, you seeing our people. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't resonate with that, that's fine and dandy. But see, I got confirmations of this shit. You see, so I know for a fact that when you talking about the big eyes or whatever, the big hair or however you calling it, right? We are connected to that energy. I know I am. You see what I'm saying? I know I am for a fact. You know, I'm just speaking for me. So yes, no. Your question is, are they the aliens? No, I'm saying we are the extraterrestrials. That's the answer to the question for me.
Okay, I really believe that we are the aliens. And the reason why I believe that we're the aliens because of invention and you're talking about some of the things. If you truly are the first that was on the planet, and I believe we came through the solar systems thousands and thousands of years, and I really believe that we are the first of the planet. They're dissecting us. We're not dissecting white people. And you have to ask yourself, why do they are so interested in our organs? Why are they so interested in us? What's the and we're talking about let's just get real. Let's talk. When they need body parts and they need certain body parts, they don't go too long. They wait for you in the communities to they give you guns to shoot yourself, and they be waiting for your body parts. And if they can't get it that way, then they'll murder you themselves. They'll kidnap you yourself. So I want to know, when we talk about what is so special when you talk about our body parts, because longevity, life, whatever.
Yes, because
Go ahead, brother.
I was just talking about it, brother. Me and 504 on the other night about they show you in these Netflix series and stuff. You see what I'm saying? And one, for example, for the family, if you everybody in the chat get a chance, You check out Altered Carbon on Netflix, and it breaks down how they harness souls and taking body, you saying our organs, our body parts, sell them off. You see what I'm saying? To the highest bidder, man. These rich white people. This how they live. You see what I'm saying? These old wrinkled up motherfuckers, bro, 84 and 85, living off our organs around this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? They the vampires. You see what I'm saying? They suck off of our energy, the infinite ones. You see what I'm saying? Who shine that light. That light meaning that sun. The real sun is the black sun that shines from your soul. You see what I'm saying? The light, the true light shines from within. You see what I'm saying? All is within. Yeah.
So we don't have a history of eating people. It's not in our DNA. They have made lies and say that our people are savages, but they got the wrong melanated people. Our people wasn't. See, that's why I said all skin folks, not kin folks. So don't be telling us about what an African tribe is doing. You know what I'm saying? Or somewhere down in somewhere in please don't tell me about other cultures. Okay, I'm telling you that we don't have a history of eating people, our people. Okay, so
we don't
I want
like
you right that they may want to dab in and eat some of our soul, eat some of our people, and like I tell you about longevity and helping them live. They need our parts, and this is a very, very interesting topic tonight. Are there aliens existing? And is Alex Jones as crazy as we think he is? As far as I'm concerned, I still don't. We still got to keep our eyes open when we listen to Alex Jones, because Alex Jones is full of shit on a lot of stuff that he talk about.
But you gotta remember though too, bro. Whenever you start talking like this, people look at you crazy. But in actuality, you be telling the truth. You see what I'm saying? You gotta look at it like this. Okay, a prime example. When we be going in on TikTok or whatever we may be going in on, okay, when we start telling the truth on these sites, what's the one thing they come and hit us with? False information, inaccurate, fact checkers and shit like that there. Wait, they only put fact checkers and false information on the truth. You see what I'm saying? They let the Native Americans say all that shit they want to say. But when we correct them and prove them wrong, we fact check. We wrong. We fact check. They're gonna fact check us and say we harassing, bullying, and all that, but we actually tell the truth. So that's why I say whenever you hear people telling the truth, Alex Smith telling the truth, Alex Jones telling the truth, you gotta keep it in the back of your mind. They're only gonna kick the truth off the air off these platforms. They want to keep promoting fear and lies. And when you remember that, it plays a big major role in this shit.
I tell people all the time, I say when information is information. And what we talking about is some great information. And I can sit here and tell you, you look at the parts that they put you in with the big cities. We used to be in the country. This is what people don't understand. Majority of us was in country land, country fields, country areas, and got pushed into the city and kicked out the country fields. A lot of our families were farmers. Were the farmers. Okay, there was the hillbilly farmers. We were the original hillbilly farmers out there in the farm. We had cattle. We had our own. And if you look at statistics today and you look at it now, you will understand that they don't have. And you look at it right now. There's very few farmers out there right now.
My grandmother,
there's
she
very
was
few
13.
Farmers.
My grandmother was 13 in the early 1900s. She was a farmer in the early 1900s, at 13 years old. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I know. And at that time, y'all remember, we was the original cowboys. And people don't even know the word cowboy was a derogatory term towards us. Our ancestors didn't like the word cowboy, not coming from a pale face anyway. And when you understand that we was the original cowboys, we was the original everything. You have to remember, these motherfuckers copied and paste everything from us, bro.
Hey, and like I said, I'm from Mississippi and everything. So my grandmother and my grandfather, they like I said, they had their own animals, chickens, hogs, and cows. So the thing about it was it's so intriguing, man, is that when they slaughtered the animal, right? And my grandmother would, like, you know, make us breakfast or whatever when they killed or whatever, right? That was like the best when you was eating, when you dealing with meat. That was like the best taste, right? Because it's not going, you feel what I'm saying, through different manufacturing, through the stores. So that's why my grandmother, man, she lived to be 101, man, and she ate pork and meat her whole fucking life. You see, so what I'm trying to say is it's not necessarily wrong if you had your own cattle or whatever, right? You see what I'm saying? Because just me speaking on this, because I lived this. My grandmother and grandfather, you know, did this. I would just want to speak on that, though. You know what I mean?
Excellent, bro. Not process. That's the whole point of view. It's not process. Hold on, let me close this headset.
It's not processed, and that's a big that's one of the things that we have to understand, that the meat back then, the meat is not, they're not injecting, they're not doing things hard, you know, that growth hormones and stuff like that. They're not putting in that in the meat. They didn't have that in the past. Okay, now they're trying to intrigue the minds of the people when they go to the supermarkets and when they see what the meat looks like. People naturally, humans, what they do. Ooh, that's big. I'll put that on the grill. So we have to understand the things that are going on. Six Bow in the house. Shout out to you. I want six bows. Excuse me. But what you got to understand is, some of these Alex, some of these this guy, what his name? I called his name Alex. I had the band name shit. All I know is Alex is telling the truth on a lot of things with the conspiracy. When you talk about New York, when you talk Alex Jones, when you talk about New York, you talk about some of the things that have happened. I look at Katrina, me coming from New Orleans, Louisiana, and remembering the boom. Remember the explosion that happened down there at the levees. The water came way after. It was the storm. Anybody know that the eye hit Bay St. Louis, Mississippi? Them people had the real hurricane. New Orleans had over a billion people there at the time. And they killed that. What they did was, that was their way of getting the melanated people out of New Orleans. And I want people to understand this, that the government will attack their own people. That is not a conspiracy. For those who know New Orleans like I did, and seen a lot of brothers and sisters who were shot on the bridges, cops was suicidal, killing themselves. See, there's stories about Katrina that was never told. So many people that were sitting out there in their wheelchairs while the floods was going on. People were you know, you got George Bush running around telling Brownie, you're doing a good job. And that was under conservative leadership that happened. That was under Republican leadership, how they treated people in New Orleans. This is why I tell you, we cannot trust Democrats or Republicans. Because those who lived first off hands, who are from New Orleans, remember what happened to us in Katrina. When they called Aborigine people refugees in their own land. We are the people that they call refugees in their own land. They can take at a drop of a dime these big cities, New York. They can drop bombs on their own people and act like it was a threat from somebody else. They can lower the population within minutes. You understand what I'm saying, Telepack?
No doubt. I was like when that happened, bro, I was in South Georgia, and I was in Hinesville, Georgia, Fort Stewart, where Fort Stewart is. Me and my wife, and so happened our neighbors was from New Orleans, man. My brother Bo Mays, I call him Bo Mays. But yeah, anyway, man, he when that happened, man, I said, you know, right when that happened, like 3 days later, 2 or 3 days, all of his family, bro, because he was from the he told me he was from the 17th ward. He said he was from the 17th ward. You know what I'm saying? But his family came down, bro. I say it was at least
Yeah, that's where Mystical from.
we was in a trailer. We was standing like a little trailer thing, man. So it was at least about he had at least about 70 people, bro, like at his trailer, bro. Plus he already had about 6 in his family. You know, just a regular family with 6 of them. And I say about 70 people, man, was over there, man, for about a couple of days, man. And I was like, wow. They was migrating from all the way up through Mississippi, man. They was in Memphis and stuff I was hearing. And all in Georgia, Alabama. I was like, damn.
But that's what people don't understand, that they can take down, and just because you've seen it happen to people from New Orleans, you don't think the shit can happen to you. See, this is what happens when people get comfortable in their lives. They feel like they got everything going. They got their houses, they got their cars. At any drop of the hand, they can drive, just like they did in Tulsa or Oklahoma. They went into them neighborhoods. They were so jealous of melanated people who were successful. They were so jealous, and that they had their own banks, that they had their own barbershops, that they had their own schools, that they was able to maintain on their own and do great things on their own. And these are the things I want you guys to understand. They went in there and shot up and dropped bombs on a major city called Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then years down the line, you can blow up levees and swamp out the people, because they have certain areas. And when I look at Lakeview had their little problems, but they didn't expect that to go that way. All the places in New Orleans that they had, when you look at uptown New Orleans, back there by Tulane, by Tulane, by the University of Tulane, and all the mansions, they didn't get touched by water. Shout out to Ghetto Child. Shout out to you. And I want people to understand this. So when you're comfortable in your life, and you just think that nothing can happen to you, your life can change, and you can be called a refugee in your own land. Go ahead, Talapak.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's deep, man. You could be called a refugee in your own land. You know what I'm saying? And
what I don't get, Telepack, is people have forgotten. They done let these years, they done let all this stuff. People so crazy to get back to the, we are some people who know how to get over some shit, man. They give you, they put you in positions to get a better way of life and living jobs and stuff like that. And you think you got it going on. They move you to other cities, and all they're gonna do is you're gonna be another statistics like New Orleans. They could do it to Houston. They could do it to Dallas. You could do it to Atlanta, Georgia. In places where they got a lot of melanated people, they can drop bombs at a nick of a dime, and then you're gonna keep running you, and the next thing you know, you're in North Dakota. Next thing you know, you're in Montana. And then next thing you know, you out of the United States. We got to prepare to deal with water. Well, to deal when the water go out, we have to prepare on how to hunt, teach our children how to shoot. Sometimes you're gonna have to deal with eating things that you don't want to eat, but you're gonna have to learn how to live off the land, as our ancestors have taught us to. And I want you guys to understand that. Go ahead, brother.
Wow, it's funny you said that, because I work with a white guy, in my place of business and stuff, and I've gained a lot of extensive knowledge, man, on the hunting and stuff, because that's what he came up on. He's kind of on the conspiracy tip. Our energies kind of flared together, but we just went to talking, rambling. But yeah, I learned a lot from him, Chief, man, with how to be prepared and stuff with just with the little insight with me being with him these couple of months, man. I went to racking up on perishable items, and I'm stocked on that. Pretty much learning a lot with the hunting and stuff. You see what I'm saying? So
Well, you know, I'm going to be having a cooking channel. For those y'all be like, it's going to be a healthy cooking channel that Chief Peanut Nola 504 is going to be doing. That's going to be my second channel that I'm going to open up, and I'm going to which I got a channel, a backup channel, but I'm going to start utilizing it on. Well, you know, we're going to learn how to go out and get our own honey, learn how to do our own honey, do our own pastries. We're going to learn how to do our own, you know, how to use jar items. And we're going to be doing a lot of stuff like that. That's what we're going to be doing. And I'm also be, you know, I'm gonna start a business where I could, you know, you guys want to buy it and I ship it off to you guys. But I got a lot of things in the future that I want to build with my channel and grow with our people. We have to understand it's what we eat, it's what's killing us. And just like you said, brother, balance is the key. You can eat certain things and get away with it, but you have to balance your life. You balance your life with, for those, you know, some plant items and some meat items. But be careful not to eat too much meat, because meat clogs your arteries up. You eat too much meat, you have problems sitting on the toilet. Most people who shit stinks real bad is people who eat too much meat. A lot of people don't understand that the carcass of the meat, you know, that's what you're eating. So if you're eating all that meat and you're wondering why people pass gas and their gas is worse than others, or you can smell them down a hall when they take a shit, and you realize that they got toxins in their stomach. Okay, you're dealing, when you drink milk, you're drinking the pus of the animal. You're not supposed to drink from a mammal or from an animal. You're not supposed to be drinking their children's. That's for their children. Just like you drink your mother's milk, you ain't supposed to be drinking their milk. They got pus, they got urine. When they got the cow, and the cow is in there screaming, and they're not relaxing the cow. The cow is shitting and pissing. That's not like when your grandmother and all them used to have on a farm and drink the cow milk, and there was calm with it. These people are very savage when it comes down to the animals. They're not these animals are not relaxed. They're shitting and pissing, and you're drinking a pus. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, that's right, man. I've been also
I'm not talking about your grandmother who had a nice cow and it was very nice to that cow, and they would milk that cow and talk to that cow.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I understand totally, brother. Yeah, I was just speaking on a typical topic, but yeah, man. So when I also delved into, man, drinking you know, the different juices, man. You know, just start, you know, juicing the fruits, man. Tart cherry juice, very good for the body, man. For those joints and stuff, and clearing out that system, man. Cranberry juice, I have you, man, urinating like a racehorse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go get the real cranberries. They got the real cranberries. You can make your own cranberry juice, and also beets. For those who don't like beets, man, go get you some beets. Beets help your blood pressure. It drops your blood pressure. If you have problems with blood pressure, go get you some garlic water. You sit the garlic in a jar and you leave it overnight. It turns to acid, and you drink that, and your blood pressure will instantly low. Okay, that's just some tips to you guys who have blood pressure problems. Go ahead, brother.
And for my you know, my spiritual ones, who be you know, tapping in, dreaming, you can get into your herbs like the ashwagandha root, which is good on energy and dealing with the dream world, that dream state. Because the dream world, when you're dreaming, you're going back into another realm or reality that you are really living in. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Speak about the Egyptians and how the fact that Egypt is here. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, when you're looking at Memphis, Tennessee, which is Memphis, Egypt, and the Mississippi River, which is the Nile, and you got
Cairo, Illinois.
Cairo, Illinois, which is Cairo, Egypt, and then that's why I asked Peanut. We was Chief. We was off line building. He a truck driver, and then you see nothing but mounds, which are pyramids. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that was the dynasty, the North or Northern Egypt. Up there, up north, New York, Buffalo, the
Shout out to
north,
Chief.
and then that's northern Egypt. Then you got southern, which is the south, which would be New Orleans, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama. You see what I'm saying? And the source was the Mississippi River, flowed just like the Nile River flows. You know what I'm saying? So underneath the Mississippi River, because they got stuff hidden. To my people, to my family, they got a lot of stuff hidden. It's all coming to the light now. You see, they have pyramids that's hidden underneath the Mississippi River. You see, it was life forms or things, places, you see, underneath this water. You see what I'm saying? Because I was just staying in Cleveland, Ohio, where Lake Erie is. And they would begin when the snow comes, when snow season comes, they could drive, show it on camera, on TV. They could drive underneath Lake Erie. I'm talking about a big lake of water, and them people are driving under the lake. So that lets you know how they have stuff just hidden, man. And when you're looking in the Grand Canyon, there was also a lot of ancient Egyptian or ancient American artifacts there. You see what I'm saying? You even have Indian or Indian gods, which I'm tapped into, like Shiva and Kali Ma. You have statues of those gods in the Grand Canyon. So yes, we are that energy. You see what I'm saying? We are the ancient ones or the ancient Egyptians. Whatever name you want to say, we are that energy is what I'm saying.
And you're talking about the energy. And that's what people don't understand. The energy, we are everything. We are
Correct.
everything. And another thing that I wanted people to understand, that's just like you look in Georgia, you have underwater cities that was not underwater. That these people were murdered, and these cities where they were buried underneath water. That you got theme parks that's sitting over it right now. You got parks walking over people are walking over these burial grounds, like the Superdome. Underneath the Superdome, the Louisiana Superdome, that is a burial ground. There was a graveyard that they put that stadium on. And we used to say all of the time the Saints are being haunted because of the stadium being. And I guess they allowed the Saints to win the championship. But for anybody to know that was a historical graveyard of melanated people.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes, that dome sits right underneath it. It's an Indian burial ground.
Okay.
And it's an old story. When you get a chance, Google it. It's an old story about the Superdome being haunted because of the fact of them putting that stadium on the dome. I mean, on top of it. So a lot of people don't know the history that a lot of people don't understand that all across America, when you look at all across America and all them years of our children being fed to gators in Florida. Florida is a history. Florida was once Louisiana. Florida was once from Louisiana all the way to Florida was Florida. All the way to Louisiana, all the way from Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida was one side of was Florida. And a lot of people don't know that. As you get to learn your studies and you understand the separates of the land and all of the walls that they have, that you'll realize that Florida was Louisiana. Our people were everywhere. Our people were everywhere. And we have to
Wow.
understand that people are trying to stop the truth. See, they're not going to stop no Alex Jones for talking. He could talk his conspiracies all day long. But let us talk the way Alex Jones talk, then we will be considered a terrorist. And I want people to understand it. They would look at us as a terrorist. Yes, you definitely are Chief Flemings. You definitely Aborigine, brother. Yes, the Florida has parishes. A lot, just like New Orleans have parish, just like all up in Louisiana, the parishes. The parish line goes all the way to Florida. That's where the parish, well, the Catholics and all that get that parish from. They get it from Florida.
Right. In Mississippi, we had the counties, but all of our
That became
counties,
counties after the fact, but they used to be parishes.
right? But all our counties, right, in Mississippi, especially around my area where I'm from, the Delta, they have indigenous names. You see, like, they have Choctaw, Mississippi. You got Hernando, Mississippi, Kosciuszko, Mississippi, Tunica. You see, Yallabusha. You have all type of indigenous
It's
Indian
all through there.
names.
Tunica, all that. Yeah, you're right.
Even when you go up to Ohio, when I stayed in Cleveland, it was Cuyahoga, some shit like that, right? And that's an indigenous name. And their team was called the Cleveland Indians. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. And the sister said, we all live somewhere alongside the Mississippi River. That's correct. And then for those who don't understand, Missouri, before the Louisiana Purchase was stolen away, all that was Louisiana, all the way up there to Missouri at the in the middle of America. And so what we don't understand is so many lands, once they ran our people around and enslaved some, not all, enslaved some, not all, because we had slaves also. See, that's something that they don't tell you, is that our Aborigine people, our people owned slaves. Okay? I don't know what kind of slaves. I think it was probably some of the Mongoloids, So, but things flip over the years, Things flip over the years. But I want to cut this thing. I got to cut it short because I got to get up in the morning. But I want to thank my brother, my spiritual chief. I want to thank my spiritual chief, my brother who's always thinking through the stars, through the galaxy. My brother right here, Telepath God. Because this
Thank
brother
you, man.
here be on some shit on another level. And I just thank you for coming and support. Shout out to the brother 504 Indigenous Warrior. He had to go. He had to take care of his wife, take some things, take care of some. But always shout out to that brother. Please subscribe to him. I want you guys to understand. Shout out to Renee. I want all you guys to understand that we are stronger together than apart. What makes us great is us. What makes us great is us. No dividing. What makes us great is us. Remember to please leave a like and subscribe to Peanut Nola 504 and his Aborigine channel. Remember that we would like to see this video get to 1K. Also, this is an Aborigine perspective. This is not an African perspective. This is not a Mexican perspective. This is all what it is, an Aborigine perspective. Thanks for the panel. We had an open panel. For those who would like to, I don't care if it's $1, $2, who want to support the channel, you can support the channel if you may. Okay, but there's nobody on here going to force you or anything to support the channel. If you want to give $1 or $2 to support my channel and help my cause and help us grow, help me get more things to help this channel better, thank you. I would love, I would appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But you guys have a blessed day. Also, remember, Annette B has a great channel. Please subscribe and support her channel. Her channel is awesome. This is one of them funny channels, man. She be having you cracking up. Okay. Shout out to my brother, Clarence Leggett. That brother, Clarence Leggett. Lord, I'm glad you're back, Clarence. A shout out to Sunkiss. Sunkiss in the house. Tony just entered the building. He just entered the building. Egyptian goddess. Please support and subscribe to Egyptian goddess, and also CB Great Opelousas. Please subscribe. Remember Renee. Please my seventh grandmother and beyond is from Alabama and Mississippi too. Yes, wow. I have a father. My father was born in Mississippi, and my mother was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. So I got that connection. Okay. Ghetto Child. Shout out to that brother. Shout out to Ghetto Child. Ghetto Child. Let me see right here. Let's see. Oh, please subscribe to the Chief. The Chief of Fleming's Indigenous. Please subscribe to that brother. Subscribe to Six Bowls. She's is back. Okay. And we got don't forget Nola Line Girl. Shout out to her. Please subscribe to Pony Locks. Pony Locks always keeping it down in the chat. Remember that we all want to support each other. We all going to support each other. Now remember, I think tonight is Tuesday. I don't know if the Matriarchs is coming on tonight. They normally come on tonight or Thursday. So if you guys leave my channel, please go over to the next Aborigine channels and support their channels. And I'd like to thank all. And if I missed you, please forgive me if I missed you. Shout out to Brian's. Please get Brian's channel some more love up in this heat. You heard what I'm saying? Please get Brian's some more love. This channel here is awesome. I got a great channel. I'll be having some great panels. Please get this brother up there. You heard what I'm saying? He needs to get that 1,000 subscribers. He's very close. Okay. We got to get these brothers. We got to get our power together. You know what I'm saying? So, you got anything to say, brother? Last word.
Oh yeah, man. Great build again, brother. Peace to the chat. You know what I'm saying? We'll do it again, man, whenever you're ready, man.
Yeah, we're gonna be back. We're not gonna be no stranger, huh, brother?
Oh no. We've got to build, man. Build.
We gotta keep building. All right, I'm out of here.